talk about some of the advantages of the disadvantages that you had growing up.
As far as advantages, it's just my perspective. It's all about perspective. Like seeing how hard my parents were working. Like it's funny. My dad always makes fun of me. He always says this story. I don't remember it, but he's like, when you were a kid, I came home from work one day and you had like a little penny in your palm, and you're like, here, Dad, here's penny for the mortgage. I said it to him in Russian, but he always laughs and he mimics what I was saying. But I was telling him, I'm like, Dad, you're laughing, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure the reason I did that was because you guys were always talking about, if Dad doesn't go to work, because we would complain, like, Dad, take us swimming, take us, and Dad's like, if I don't go to work, we can't pay the bills. We're not going to have a house. So as a kid, I'm like, well, if I don't help my dad make the money, then we're going to lose the house. So I'm just, it was just that kind of a mindset. So I was terrified, but it's perspective. The minute I find myself complaining, um, I complain enough, and I'm trying to stop completely, but I hate complainers, even though I'm one of them, because it's like everything in life is perspective. Like you were sharing, today, you said, like, you all have your problems, you all have your prayers, and then the minute someone comes in and they have something real that they're dealing with, you're like, oh shoot, somebody said it recently the best way. It was like, if we all threw our problems out in the air, we'd all ask for our problems back, because we'd see what everyone else is dealing with, and we'd rather just take ours back and be like, I can handle it now because I see what everyone else is dealing with. As far as work ethic, the just watching how hard my parents worked and how they struggled to feed at that point. I think we had 11 kids. It was just, to me, it's just like anytime I see someone complaining about the little job that they're in, it's just like, I don't know what how can you possibly succeed if you're complaining where you're at right now and you have everything given to you? So I just always try to remind myself that, hey, it's just like my parents went through so much more. My grandparents went through so much more. I have all these opportunities. So it's just like, I better put some urgency to it and do everything that I possibly can. Take the opportunities that I view as talents in many of aspects of my life. I view myself as the servant who received 5 talents. Even though you could look at our life growing up, we could be like the servant with 1 talent. Like we got the least. We started, we're immigrants. My parents didn't know the language. We had all this stuff stacked against us, but we also had good, loving parents, and 2 of them, which so many people don't have. We had a support system between my brothers and sisters. And so it's like, I was like, I'm going to choose to look at my life as the person who got 5 talents. I got all this going for me. So I have no excuse to not do something bigger with it. Not just to collect money for myself or to succeed and achieve my personal goals, but to use this incubator that we have of love and support and pour into other people and do something bigger with it.